Hello, ladies and gents. Hagbard Celine here on another beautiful afternoon, and I have before me the face of madness. Either that or an actual genius who's sitting in what appears to be her bathtub and rambling about issues. There's no way to be more specific. I wish that there were, dear audience, but there is not. This person is completely over the top. The way that they jump from subject matter to subject matter, their obsession with certain words and ideas, specifically in this video, it all speaks to someone who's unmedicated. This person probably suffers from delusions of grandeur, but I can't help it. I just cannot help myself. I have to share this. So without further ado, let's just enjoy.
Today is Sunday, I'm sorry, why do I keep on saying August?
I have no idea why she messes up the date, but she's clearly started this video more than once and decided to just power through here.
Sunday, April 10, and I'm really in a solace place.
Get used to the word solace. She's going to use the word solace quite a bit in this.
Just trying to work on some conceptions, and just to
working on them conceptions, you know.
Let you know, I've been working on, doing some personal designs related to things that,
like I said, she's literally in a bathroom. I have no idea why she decided to film in her bathroom and also by candlelight. Perhaps two of the worst decisions humanly possible, but she certainly thought it out, sat down and said, no, in the bathroom, reading off the toilet bowl, by candlelight. This is the decision I've decided to make, and I'm sticking to it.
Have to do with what I want to do in my life, and one of the things that I like to do is I like to share what has benefited me in a way that will also empower the community that I identify with.
Yeah, get ready for this, because as far as I can tell, she's Canadian, and she does not identify with any Canadian culture, so yeah.
And I identify with the community that I come to know that has helped me build me up as a person. And
so the communities that are going to be held responsible for filling your already fragile mind up with delusions is going to be...
That's Black USA and some of Black Jamaica. And
probably the Rastas, let's be honest.
What I'd like to say is that we really have to deal with some of the disconnectedness when it comes to dealing with our sisters, as well as, the sisters, I would say.
So what you're saying is that the brothers ain't giving you enough attention. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I feel like you're saying.
In Jamaica, because there just seems to be just this discontent around who gets attention from the guys, or what is happening in foreign. And one of the things that I find really
and get used to these close-in camera pans. She slams the camera against her face several times in this video.
Problematic is this whole notion that, every person that lives in foreign is somebody who, for example, who lives in foreign, who, for example, we sort of have our own banks and stuff like that. And, hello, I'm a black woman.
I have no idea what she means. I'm assuming it's a Jamaican slang that means lives outside of Jamaica or abroad, or I suppose it could even be a term for the diaspora in general, but who the hell knows?
I'm working on my professorship, amongst other things, and...
Yeah, she says she's working on several really outlandish, unlikely things. I'm not going to say it's impossible she's working on her professorship, as well as I'm not going to say it's impossible that she is a fucking business tycoon capable of investing in 5 or more pieces of large real estate. But she gets to that too. We're just going to let her go and not question that for now.
I've been working on this for, it's got to be, like, when I think about all my research and stuff, it's been about 30 years.
I can't imagine how old she is, but again, I think she's bullshitting. I don't think she's old enough to quite say that she's been working on any given project for 30 years. I could be dead wrong. I could be dead wrong. I didn't think there existed Canadian Jamaican accents, but here we have it.
And I'm still working on my credentializing. So that goes to show how
Credentials or credentialing? I've never heard of credentializing. Again, it's just a weird statement from someone who supposedly is working on their credentials.
oppression works when it comes to our positionality. And
Positionality. She just said positionality, whatever that means, and she's gonna follow this with even sillier words.
it's also important for us to speak about our experiential.
Yes, it's about the experiential, clearly.
But it shouldn't always be from our disposition.
Our disposition. Again, she sounds like a black person that got pulled over and is now trying to sound like she graduated from Yale. It's really silly. She's not using any of these words in what could be conceived as a proper manner.
It should also be from your disposition in terms of, like, what is your reality and how do you actually negotiate something called...
You're not allowed to use the word reality if it shifts from individual to individual, as reality is indeed reality. It is the same for all of us. Your perceptions of events can be different, but reality does not change.
racialization and...
Racialization. Again, now it's the application of race, because, you know, it's not like every country with a majority race in it has this idea that that is the race of that country, etc., etc. No. It's racialization done by colonialists, yada, yada, yada. She's clearly picked up this buzzword. I don't think she even knows where it comes from.
And economic marginalization from a white perspective, for example. And I'm not suggesting that, you know, sisters like myself, you know, think like a white person and...
Whatever that means, and that's not racist at all.
And, you know, we try and be like them. That's...
God forbid you try and be like white people. Fucking, that's disgusting. Why would you want to do that? We're terrible people, right?
not what I'm suggesting at all. I'm suggesting that when it comes to understanding black issues, you have to be able to say, okay, can I actually feel the way that they feel? Like, for example...
So, can black people feel empathy? I don't know, dear, can they?
Example, if, you know, someone calls us nigger, you know, and you're a white person, can you feel what it's like to be called that name when you actually benefit from a whole social system, a whole nation-state structure that is based on the supremacy of whiteness?
I'm sure she's just, again, rambling off her Tumblr page at this point, but she has absolutely no basis for this claim whatsoever. Just like all the other people that make it have no basis for this claim. In systems that are designed to benefit white supremacy, these kind of things are not in existence. There is no Black Lives Matter movement. These things are wiped out. There would be no growing black populations in these countries, which there is. There would be no growing any population outside of a growing white population. Please stop deluding yourselves into thinking that the reason why you may be in economic disparity has anything to do with your skin tone. I assure you, it does not. And just like if I try and say something sarcastic like, yeah, get off them EBT stamps, the reverse, what turns around is you would be more than happy to turn around and say there are more white people on EBT, which is true. So why would you play these games? It's fucking silly.
And I was just thinking about some things today, and I'm like, you know, I really don't like these adversarial relationships between these different ethnic groups.
Then stop enforcing it, and please don't say your next sentence. It's going to be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my entire life.
And I call white ethnic because the predominant group is actually nature.
And whites are not nature? Or human beings are not nature? Or black people are nature and white people are not nature? I'm really not sure where you're going with this, dear.
And nature is always at the forefront of everything. So there's that group, and then there's the human race. But within the human race...
Yeah, that's what she just said. I mean, process that, ladies and gents.
or human being essence or whatever you want to call that. There's just a lot of contention, and I'm not the one to say, oh, okay, you know what, let's all hold hands because we bleed the same blood. That's bullshit.
Hey, she said it, not me.
Because we don't bleed the same blood. We don't have the same PhD.
No, dear, we do not have the same PhDs.
I'm sorry, we don't have the same acid in
pH content? pH measure? Is that what you're stretching for? I thought you were going for certificationism.
our blood composition. We don't have the same. We actually don't get diseases, and
Yeah, I know. Black people get sickle cell, something impossible for a white person to be born with.
we don't bleed the same blood, and
Well, that's why up until the 60s we tried not to let any ethnic minorities give blood for the danger of getting that blood because it's not the same. It's dirty, dirty blood. Do you see how you sound, you numb cunt?
so there's a lot of like education opportunities related to that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, I'm sure there are lots of education opportunities in your Black Goebbels Institute.
So I just wanted to say, I'm just in this space.
It's called a bathroom. It's called a restroom. Maybe a lavatory. But it has a word. It's not just this space.
And it's really beautiful. I'm trying to do like some interior decorating stuff.
If you thought that the madness was almost over, you're wrong. This is where it just begins. She's about to start talking about how she intends to decorate certain areas of her house, and it is in a manner that is just outrageous. It's amazing, really.
And I was reading up on some feng shui, and
That's cultural appropriation. You're not allowed to use feng shui. That was invented by Asian people. You're black. Do not read that book.
you know, that was all disrupted very rudely. So I can't even remember the book that I was looking at, but I'm trying to draw upon my own womanist principles and
Womanist feng shui, ladies and gentlemen. That's what she's going for. Womanist feng shui. I look forward to seeing the end result. Truly, I do.
stuff that I've learned in black feminism, USA black feminism.
USA black feminism. USA black feminism.
So that, for example, you know, my significant other can, you know, come home one day and say, oh my God, like, I feel like I'm in the forest, and then, you know,
That's fucking racist. If I said the only way to make black people comfortable is to make their environment as much like a subtropical or tropical jungle as possible, I would be lambasted. I would be pulled aside and just pummeled by the internet. But she says she wants to make her environment, but just go live in a hut. You just want to go back to that, just go live in a hut. Just as well, right?
he just, you know, you take him to bliss, right? So I'm also going to share the goodies. I'm learning things.
She says shit like that all the time, sharing the goodies. None of it. She doesn't expound on anything. She just jumps from topic to topic to topic to topic, which is why I'm fairly certain she's an unmedicated lunatic, but still quite amusing.
And I just wanted to say that, you know, I'm learning and growing as well. And one of the things that I really do appreciate
Zoom.
is just this way that you can actually engage with people from all over the place on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. It is good fun, isn't it?
So I just wanted to say thank you for watching my videos.
Aw, well, thank you, I suppose. This makes all this kind of awkward now, but I'm gonna soldier on.
Right now I'm actually working on, you know, trying to construct one piece of my home as like a museum. And when you walk into the museum, you can be like, oh my God, what is this?
Now, if you had to picture in your head what kind of museum, what would it be? It would be like an Afrocentrist museum, right? It would be like, you know, tribal patterns and masks on the wall and references to Zulu culture and stuff like that. Understandably weird stuff. That's not what she's going to say.
And the laboratory.
She means lavatory. It's her weird accent.
I want it to be like a reconstruction of all the biomedical violence that they did to black women.
She's going to turn her bathroom into what I guess she would picture as a torture chamber. That's right, she's going to put ancient medical devices in her bathroom as a form of, I guess, black power? I don't know.
And then the rest of my home be that nest that brings that black woman back to life from biomedical abuse. So,
And again, it's her obsession with the concept of biomedical abuse that leads me to believe that she is someone who believes that her medication for her schizophrenia is some form of biomedical abuse. So it's not just a leap I'm making. I've got to assume this person has some actual psychic problems here.
yeah, I was like, let me try this theme of a hospital. And what would my hospital look like? And, we can dream big.
It would have padded walls. Let's just speak frankly. Your hospital needs padded walls.
And live that dream, like, Jennifer Beals in, or Alex, as Alex in Flashdance says, that you have to feel
I know, a Flashdance reference out of left field. It caught me by surprise, too.
the music in order to be able to move the music, and it's move to the music, and it's the same
Move to the music.
idea as a dream. You have to be able to dream the dream, and then when you dream the dream, you can also live the dream.
Okay. That's her statement. I'm not sure exactly what it means, but I suppose it could be inferred to mean that when you think of an idea that's rare and something worth attaining, that you can then do it. But the terms on which she puts it, just wow.
So, trying some things, and I'm like, okay, when people come over, how do I scare them? Like they walk into my bathroom and boom,
You just have to answer the door. If you want to scare people that come over, just abruptly open the door. You'll be fine.
everything is like, oh my god, where are we? We're back in like the 1600s here. So, I'm working on some stuff, and I'll
That sounds emotionally healthy. Go on with that.
share it with you. I just want to test some things first, but I really like the solace of candlelight. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to a hardware store and see if I can get some soft lights that are yellow. And so it presents that really nice aura, because currently in my beautification space, it's
Yes, her beautification space. I'm not sure if she has another channel by which she does makeup tutorials, or whether she's actually just discussing the fact that there's usually lighting above the sink in a bathroom. I'm kind of thinking she's just making an elaborate gesture to the lighting above her mirror in the bathroom. But go on, dear.
like very bright lights, and I'm like, sometimes I don't even want to wake up to that in the morning. So, yeah, I gotta think of like ways to sort of restructure my space.
Well, it's best to do your makeup in the dark. I mean, that's by far, or by candlelight even. And then you go out and you have that lighting effect on your face, and it'll be completely fine. It's the same balance as if you were outside. It's always the best way to do things.
And, my space is just,
Stop zooming the camera in on your face.
it's not very extravagant. It's just a basic space where I have, my necessities, and I have to make do with what I can
Stop it.
get. There's certain things that I'm working on, and I'm like, wow, we should really be talking about like real estate stuff as well.
Yeah, I'm sure you're highly qualified to discuss real estate stuff as well.
But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there because I'm
I believe in you. Follow your dreams.
working on acquiring 5 buildings.
Yes, you heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. She is working on acquiring 5 buildings.
Real estate stuff as well. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there because I'm working on acquiring 5 buildings.
Yes, she's going to acquire 5 buildings. From here to 5 buildings. I see it in her future, don't you?
To actually use as sort of centers to process different projects that are related to academia that
Sure. Academia-related project processing centers that you have to have factory-sized buildings for, I suppose. I'm not sure what the fuck you're talking about, but sure, go on.
I'm working on. So it's a really beautiful thing that's happening. As well as today I was just like in this space of solace.
That space of solace.
And just working on like business engines.
Business engines. Seriously, she's working on business engines. Were they V8 business engines, or?
And
I really hope you've switched to electric business engines by now. You've got to stay green.
You know, I was just sort of conceptualizing like all these like engines for little businesses and stuff, and
I love the detail she puts into these. I mean, I love that she's really expounding on these points, so we have some idea what the hell she's talking about.
you know, I was like, wow, you know, I'm a business engine engineer, and
Yes, a business engine engineer, an engineer that works solely on the construction and application of business engines. Yeah.
and you know, let me run with it, and it's all good. So
I agree. It is indeed all good. Well, that's it for me, ladies and gents. I hope you've had a good time as I've delivered on to you some of the internet's most pure and distilled madness. As per the usual, I attempt to find at least one every 2 or 3 weeks that is just utterly insane. And somehow yet, they still all identify with movements or causes that regularly appear on this channel. Why is it that it's not super hard to find a schizophrenic womanist? I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. I hope you had fun. Stay safe out there. Good luck, and goodbye.